Hey, good morning guys from beautiful sunny Mazatlan. We're here on Calle Carnaval, and this is the site of the aerial bombardment in 6th of May 1914. One of the first aerial bombardments in the history of the world hit this building on that day. There was a little cloth biplane, or I'm not sure it was a biplane, little cloth aircraft anyway, and I think it killed one person on the ground. And they were just dropping the bombs like out of the cockpit. Hard to believe. Anyway, my plan today is to walk down Carnaval and show you what's down here. Down through the Plazuela Machado, leave it to the south. I usually leave either to the east towards the cathedral, the west towards the Malecon, or the north towards home. So let's go down and walk through the Plazuela and go south. And follow Carnaval down to the Embarcadero. Then I gotta go back to the market and get some cat food. There's no cat food in the house and it's causing a panic. So I did two videos yesterday. The first one, I had just cleaned the camera at the house and it worked fine. But you know, so say that video was half an hour long, and then I walked out to the Malecon and did one when I was walking back up the Malecon. And right off the bat, there's a beautiful big bus there, a Scania or a Scania, I don't know how you pronounce it. And friggin' autofocus is screwed up. But when I got thinking about it, I thought, I must clean my glasses a dozen times a day here just to get this maritime film off the glasses, and I'm sure that's what's affecting the camera. And gotta get those Zeiss white pads to keep the camera clean. But I'm looking at it now. I gotta kind of keep an eye on the road where I'm stepping, but it looks good, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Well, I'm out early today, like 7:45. Cats were driving me crazy. I said, oh, I gotta go get you some food. I'll go get you some food. I see a bunch of you hit the like button yesterday. I really appreciate it. Hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button costs you nothing, and it really helps my channel. So if you like the videos, take a second right now, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, help my channel grow. It just allows more people to see my videos. Subscription costs nothing. And a wonderful viewer, Ken, gave me a really nice super thanks, because he said, I really appreciate your videos and the effort you put into them. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate your super thanks. End of the month, I'm going to get a bicycle for Andrea. I still haven't met her. Today, the 22nd of April, 24 years ago, Lupita was in the hospital because she was having a baby. And She ain't no baby no more. Avila's 24 today. So they're having a party for her tonight out at her sister's house. I'm sure they'll have fun. I see lots of goodies there. They're gonna cook up cake and who knows what, but it'll be a big celebration. Place Villa Machado, hardly a soul in it. The restaurant's playing inappropriate music. Like, I don't understand that. You're in a beautiful, quiet square. Why would you play a bunch of pop music or rap music? And they do all the time. And for me, that would just keep me out of the restaurant. It's annoying. It doesn't suit where we are or the atmosphere of the place. And I'm going to try and talk through it so I don't have to get a copyright strike on it. So mind me if I just rant on about nothing for a minute until we're out of earshot of that. And they stopped it. Good Lord. Here's the beautiful Angela Peralta Theater. You can likely pause that and read it all for yourself. She was a famous opera singer who died of yellow fever here in Mazatlan. Years later they built the theater and dedicated it to her memory. The Jonathan Hotel. Look in here. Gracias por visitar Mazatlan. So thank you for visiting Mazatlan. And this is the way you get back to the cruise ships. That's why they have that sign there. They used to have a blue line painted right down this street that led you right back to the cruise ship docks, but I don't see it anymore. Some spring flowers here. Of course, there's flowers year-round. And more music. I thought I'd come out early if you could, but so much for that. Anyway, we'll get through it. That really is one law I'd like to see changed, or one rule on YouTube. I don't know what they have to do, but you get these hits for having copyright music on your video, and there's nothing you put on the video. It's what you filmed in public, which is, well, at least in the United States, your First Amendment right. Pretty much anywhere in the free world, you're allowed to film in public. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you could go film any artwork, any statue, any architect's work, any building. Why did music get special protection? It's being played in public. Don't get that one. This place right here once was private dwelling, and it was in really bad disrepair. And somebody's fixed it all up and turned it into like a collection of little shops, a little mini mall of coffee shops and restaurants. Looks very nice. I mean, it's one of the few places you're going to see a lawn in Mazatlan. This building's been under construction for a long while. Not much happening there this morning. Somebody in there. So we're walking on Carnaval. Next big street we're going to cross, Miguel Alemán. And that's the beginning of Playa Sur, South Beach. And at one point, that was the beach. And I've had older people here in Mazatlan tell me that was the most beautiful beach. White sand. Anyway, they closed the beach, reclaimed all this land, dumped tons and tons and tons of fill in here, and made a neighborhood. This was back in the 1960s. And turned it into the port. And quite a nice neighborhood called Playa Sur, South Beach. They look like they get blue eyeshadow. Yeah, so this big boulevard, Miguel Alemán. Jeez. Like I say, you gotta watch where you're walking, even when you're filming. See how they make the, look down here, see how they make the ditches? They just end the pavement, and I stepped in that gap without seeing it. Oh, the oranges smell so good. They sell a lot of fresh juice out of here. Look at that already this morning. And it's really good. I had watermelon and pineapple for breakfast this morning. One of the benefits of living in the tropics. Beautiful fruit is cheap. $30 for like a 1 kilo tray of it all cut up. Good morning. Peter and I lived just up here on the next block for a couple years in an apartment. It was alright. I liked the house a lot better. Problem with the apartment was it was on the ground floor and there's 7 units in the building, something like this building right here, very similar, and parking lot in front like this building, and everybody comes home late at night. They've been out for a few, they're all laughing and carrying on, and It's right outside your bedroom window. And then you hear them locking their cars and the alarm thing beeps, and it just wasn't very good. So when we saw this chance to get our own place, that's what we did. A really good friend of mine in New Brunswick, her aunt came down with some friends to Mazatlan, and they wanted to meet me. And I told them where I lived, and I said, you give that address to any Pulmonea driver, he'll bring you down here, and then we'll go out over to the Puerto Viejo. And they got a friggin' Pulmonea driver who said he could not find this address, 702 Carnaval. So what he did was he drove them around for an hour, taking them around, and then charged them $100. So be very careful when you get in a Pulmonea. Make friggin' sure the guy knows where he's going, and you know what he's going to charge you. All these little side streets are nice. Relatively quiet, single-family dwellings. Yeah, so here we're walking on the blue line. See it on the sidewalk there. It takes the cruisers back to the Crucero, the cruise ship. Big house for sale. I like that little house, set back from the street, nice front yard. That's one issue about living on this street is all the buses. But you know, our building is only set back, what, 60, 70 feet from the street, and we never really heard the traffic. It wasn't particularly an annoyance. Oh, look at these flowers. Oh. What could be nice? Just go down there one block, and that's where immigration is. All these ones on the right-hand side, when you're headed south, they're all dead ends. Come up against the hill. They're really quiet streets. Oh, it's a nice morning this morning. This little chapel here. Let's say right now, 8 o'clock. It's probably about 24 degrees. Not a breath of wind, just lovely. all the buses going south and just giving her, because that's where they take their break, down at the end of the street. Pretty cool tree. It's like something out of Dr. Seuss. I actually got to see inside this beautiful little house once. Friends of mine were thinking of renting it. They never did in the end, but what a nice little house. You wouldn't think it, but it's 3 bedrooms, got a backyard, got a big driveway. And at the time, it was probably 3.5 years ago, it was 12,000 pesos, and everybody thought, oh man, that's a lot. You wouldn't get it for 12,000 pesos now. See those 2 big cranes down there at the end of the street? That's where the cruise ships dock. Oh yeah, I should have shown you. At the chapel there, the line turns off to the left and leads them down to the cruise ship docks. And not one in today. Buenos dias. Grand Plaza Liverpool bus. I gotta ride that one day. That video I made about getting lost on the way out to the Walmart, I didn't know. That bus will take you right out there. Try that one day. Go to the Walmart. Liverpool's right across the street from it. Liverpool's just it's a big chain store, department store. There's one down here in Central. Kind of an upscale kind of store. Yeah, nice walking down here. I haven't been down here for a long while. Good sidewalks. Look at that. Beautiful. 15 pesos. That's, in Canada we call them 19-liter jug of water for 15 pesos, for $1. I don't know what that would be. I guess it's a 5-gallon in the United States. It all gets very confusing with U.S. gallons, imperial gallons, metric measurement. Anyway, $1 Canadian for a blue jug of water. I'm not sure what street this is. This is a nice 4-lane boulevard. It's dead quiet. I don't see a name anywhere. I had a good friend, Rick, who used to live in that green place over there. He was an older gent, really nice guy from Seattle, and he passed away a few years ago. I still miss him. We had a lot of fun. Aguacate. 10 pesos for a bag of avocado. That place is relatively new. This place here, walled-in place, I think that belongs to the Navy. I think it's PMQs for the Navy, private quarters. Motorcycle police. It's actually a gated community down here. A big gate leads into about, I don't know, 10 houses. You can't run from your problems. I always like the look of this little hotel down here. Reminds me of so many of the hotels I stayed at in South America. And the great hand lettering and bright colors. I don't know anything about it, what it costs, anything. Right down by the port. I guess it's for people planning to sail the next day for La Paz. Truckers wouldn't likely use it because they got their own sleepers. But like I said, I really don't know. Well, that's the end of Carnaval. Let's walk over here. We'll go to the Embarcadero. I'll show you where you catch the launch to go over to Stone Island. All these big trucks are down here because this is where the ferry leaves for La Paz, for the Baja Peninsula. There's massive big parking lots down here because this is where car carriers bring in all the imported cars. There's Volkswagens there, there's MGs there. Yeah, MG, Morris Garage. A Chinese company bought out the brand and they're making cars and they're selling like crazy. You see them everywhere in Mazatlan. And a sedan like that gray one right there, 4-door. They got leather seats, they look really nice. And the payments on them, I noticed the other day, I didn't read the details, but 4,000 pesos a month, about $200 US. No wonder they're friggin' selling. There's the Baja Ferry, Stone Island. Look at all the cars. All MGs. I was asking my buddy in Canada the other day, are they selling MGs up there? But they're not. Nor in the United States. They're only coming into Mexico for now. Lots of big trucks. There's a military guard post here. A little tower. There's an office behind it. I guess they're there because it leads towards the port. I don't know. There's nothing. I don't see any particular reason for it. So if you were to get off a cruise ship, you'd get off and you'd be on that street right there. And you step to the street, turn to your left, walk down where this lady's walking, cut across here, and you can take the launch over to Stone Island. And it costs you, I don't know, 35 or 40 pesos for a return trip. So keep your ticket, you get to come back for the one price. And on the cruise ships, I've seen them advertise, oh, we'll take you over for only $90. It's $1.50 if you walk for 5 minutes yourself. Ah, this is a new installation. Desayunos y comidas. Breakfast and lunch. Nice rocking chair. That's pretty cool. All the fishermen's boats. Now I really gotta watch where I'm walking. It's real rocky. Look at that little boat. It's like one of those mini speedboats that's seen much better days. Wow, MG. See this little boat coming in here? That's the kind of boat that takes you over to Stone Island. And that's Stone Island right behind it there. Those few houses along that strip. Just behind them is a beautiful beach that stretches way, way down for kilometers down to the airport. And this is the Embarcadero. This is where you buy your ticket. You buy it at that window. You go down this little ramp. And there's the boat waiting for you. Just straight ahead over there. That's where they drop you off. You walk a boat. 200, 250 feet and you're on one of the nicest beaches in Mazatlan. The Baja Star. El Faro. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I know I certainly did. I'm going to sit down now, have a little break. Then I'm going to walk up over that hill and make a video about going that way back up to Olas Altas and eventually to the market to get some cat food. Appreciate you watching. Hit that like button. Thanks for watching to the end. Bye for now.